and doing that, I just felt like it was disrespectful to me, to my relationship. It just was, period, the end. But I think I've endured so much disrespect, and I still do to this day.
Am I on top of this person too much? Is he sick of me? It's like, because then...
Just honest, babe. I can't, don't touch me right now. Like, not right now, but I'm just...
Oh, I thought you were being serious.
No, just in general.
This isn't just some typical Hailey and Justin love storyna. It's way deeper than just couple drama. Behind every glossy Vogue cover, every red carpet kiss, and those flawless Instagram pics, there's a storm no one saw coming. Hailey's been holding this in for too long, but now she's done staying quiet. Let's be real, Hailey Bieber didn't just rise to fame by putting a ring on it. She had to grind for respect in the modeling game. From day one, she was hustling to break out of the shadows of names like Kendall Jenner and Gigi Hadid. And just when she finally started getting her moment to shine, guess who messed it up? Her own husband, Justin. That solo Vogue cover was supposed to be her big break, one she spent years working toward. But Justin had other plans. Instead of celebrating her win, he threw shade with a slick Instagram caption that completely stole the spotlight. He didn't lift her up, made it about himself, reminding the world who he thinks the real star is. And the wildest part, Justin once said during a fight, "Hales, you'll never be on the cover of Vogue." Who says that to their wife? Yikes is right. Justin even admitted it later, saying, "Yikes, I know." So mean, he tried to justify the post, claiming he felt disrespected and wanted to get even. He later played the wisdom card, saying, "As we mature, we realize we're not helping anything by getting even. We're just holding back what we really want, intimacy and connection, but come on, damage was already done." Fans didn't let it slide. They came for Justin hard, calling him out for what looked like straight-up cold behavior toward Hailey. One person said, "Who needs enemies when you've got a husband?" That one hit deep. Others followed up quickly. On fans snapped, "Hailey doesn't need new haters, she's got the biggest one at home." They pointed fingers directly at Justin, painting him as the one tearing her down more than anyone else. People weren't buying the whole lovey-dovey act either. One comment said, "Y'all are giving staying together for the kids' energy, like the whole marriage just looked fake and forced." And when Justin finally changed the caption to "little too late," one fan clapped back, "It's too late to say sorry," roasting him with his own lyrics. Even though he tried to apologize fast, it didn't matter. The world already saw I didn't back his wife when she needed him most. So now the question everyone's asking is, why does Justin keep doing this to her? He literally reminded her in public that he never believed she'd land that Vogue cover. How embarrassing is that? And if you really pay attention, this isn't even the first time Justin's humiliated Hailey in front of the world, from dodging her kisses on camera to posting that wild meme of a little kid bundled up throwing 5 middle fingers with the caption, "POV me behind my girlfriend after she makes me mad."
This person too much? Is he sick of me? It's like, because then...
Just honest, babe. I can't, don't touch me right now. Like, not right now, but I'm just...
Oh, I thought you were being serious.
No, just in general.
It's not just shade, it's straight-up humiliation. At one point, Justin even told Hailey not to touch him in front of the cameras, shutting her down right there with everyone watching. That moment left fans speechless. It wasn't just rude, it felt deliberate, and now, the question people are whispering louder than ever is this: could Justin Bieber actually be trying to sabotage Hailey's career on purpose? Because, let's be honest, Hailey never had the red carpet rolled out for her in the fashion industry. Sure, she's a Baldwin, but in high fashion, that name doesn't carry the same weight. If you're not tall enough to float through the room, like a walking runway, and strike poses beside the Hadids and Jenna-level elites, doors don't just swing open. Hailey had to claw her way into every opportunity she got. And now it's looking like the one person who should be making it easier might actually be making it harder. Hailey's spoken out before her modeling journey wasn't some fairy tale. Sprint to the top, it was a slow, exhausting, and honestly lonely climb. She often felt like she didn't measure up, especially next to close friends like Kendall, Bella, and Gigi, and it wasn't just in her head. She was told straight up by industry insiders that she didn't fit the mold. This wasn't about insecurity or self-doubt. It was rejection, loud and clear. People with real pull in the industry questioned if she even counted as a model. Can you imagine that? Grinding since your teens, landing shoots, walking runways, and they still treat you like a poser. Hailey had to work harder than most. No shortcuts, no family name free passes. She earned her campaigns and catwalks by showing up and proving herself day after day, and after all that, she marries one of the most famous men in the world, and somehow, people still tried to box her in as just another influencer who got lucky.
Honestly, just took a lot of trial and error. Some of the products that are now out in the final products, they took 16 rounds of.
That Vogue cover should have been her chance to silence every doubt, or a defining moment to show she belonged, not because of who she married, but because of who she is. But instead of celebrating her, people kept questioning her, even the one person who should have stood beside her. Rather than letting Hailey have her win and soak in her success, Justin somehow made it about himself again. A moment that should have felt like triumph got twisted into a reminder that even he didn't believe in her before. It was a bitter pill, especially on the very day that should have been her spotlight. What made it worse, fans noticed that Justin has shown way more support publicly, just not for Hailey. Go back to 2016, Kendall Jenner lands a Vogue cover. Justin reposted it with a sweet shout-out. Congrats, Ken. You look beautiful. No sarcasm. No shouted, just love and support. Now fast forward to Hailey's big day, and instead of hyping her up, he posts a throwback, confessing how he once doubted she could ever do it and calls it growth. Fans weren't having it. One tweet that went viral summed it up perfectly. The message he sent to the friend he hooked up with was more heartfelt than the one he gave his own wife. That one cut deep. The whole thing gave off the wrong energy. This wasn't just an awkward misstep, it looked like a pattern. And people were done pretending not to see it. Behind the scenes, things were even messier. Sources close to them say Justin and Hailey argue constantly, and when they do, he doesn't hold back. There's no filter. It's not just shady Instagram posts, it's real tension behind closed doors, and it's starting to bleed into the public eye. Justin knows how to hurt Hailey where it counts her career. He throws out cutting remarks, makes her question her worth, and then circles back with an apology, like that somehow resets everything. And every single time, Hailey forgives him. Every single time. Their relationship is a cycle of explosive blow-ups followed by emotional makeups. It's like a twisted version of Romeo and Juliet, but with none of the romance and all of the chaos.
That's right. Let me break it down for you. It's a real nigga.
Oh, baby, hurry up, your nigga. Like 20 rounds to your first street cred.
Come on, make you feel like you.
And it's not just the fights Hailey's dealing with. She's out here cleaning up the mess after Justin's wild public behavior, too. Some fans think he's teetering dangerously close to a full-on breakdown. Let's not sugarcoat anything. Justin's been struggling, and he's admitted as much. Word is, he's been wrestling with deep lows, burnout, and frustration. A lot of it goes back to money issues. People he trusted allegedly took advantage of him, leaving him in a financial mess. That betrayal cut deep. Now his team claims he's focused and clean, but fans are skeptical, especially after that viral video where he showed up at Hailey's pop-up shop acting erratic, talking way too fast, clearly not himself. People weren't buying the all good narrative. They saw the signs and started wondering what's really going on behind the curtain. Then another clip dropped of Justin freestyling random bars online like, I fly high like a magpie, I go high like a bad guy. Fans were confused. Things hit a new level when he was spotted at Coachella 2025, possibly lighting up and swear it looked like weed. Nothing confirmed, but the internet ran with it. Hailey wasn't playing games. The moment she saw what was going down, she grabbed Justin's teenage half-brother Jackson and got him out of there fast. Meanwhile, Justin just kept dancing with his crew like everything was fine. No shame, no second thought. The backlash, brutal. And once again, who had to deal with it? Hailey, she tried to fix the mess by taking Justin to Disneyland, hoping maybe it would lift his spirits and lighten the mood. But it backfired, photos popped up all over, and in every one, Justin looked completely miserable. At Disneyland's so-called happiest place on earth, and he looked like he was dragging around the weight of the world. Hailey tried to hold it together, standing by his side like a rock. But her eyes told the whole story. She's exhausted. She's drained.
What up, Jay? What's up, Good morning, Justin.
And then there's Hailey's own truth. She once said, "I'm fragile, I'm insecure, and I've had more days than I can count where I've scrolled Instagram comparing myself to everyone else." That's coming directly from her. So imagine trying to hold someone else up emotionally when you're barely keeping it together yourself. Hailey shared that vulnerability right after Justin posted a video of himself crying. Some people said it was because of pressure building up. Others claimed it was when he learned she was pregnant and that he wasn't ready for it. If that's true, it's dark. Fans were already walking on eggshells, but now they're over it. After years of shady behavior and subtle disrespect, people are finally speaking up. This doesn't look like love anymore, and it definitely doesn't feel healthy. Even Hailey's friends in the industry are starting to notice. They've been hyping her up with public love and support more than her own husband, honestly. Under that Vogue post, Kim and Kylie showed up immediately, leaving her kind, encouraging comments. And Justin, nowhere to be seen. He was off somewhere, spiraling, posting emotional side rants instead of standing with his wife. Then things got even weirder. Selena's That Selena liked a roadkin post that featured Hailey, and the internet lost it. Not long after, Selena shared something cryptic about cheering someone on. Fans didn't hesitate to connect the dots. They took it as a subtle nod to Hailey. Now with everything happening, people are really starting to side-eye Justin. One fan even tweeted, "With all the support Hailey's getting, I'm starting to believe he's been the problem the whole time." And honestly, that sentiment is spreading fast. The internet isn't just watching anymore, they're calling it how. They see it.
My whole life. Wow, Justin, you deserve that. Adding, it made me feel sneaky, like, damn, if they only knew my thoughts, how judgmental I am, how selfish I really am, they wouldn't be saying.
Now, this is where things turn really dark. Fans aren't just talking about emotional damage anymore, they are bringing up possible physical abuse. And if even a sliver of it is true, we're seeing a version of Justin the public was never supposed to know. Let's rewind to 2017 in Ecuador. Hailey was reportedly filming Justin on her phone, just having fun. But things allegedly took a turn, grabbed her arms, pushed her, and she hit the ground. Girls nearby said they were shaken by how aggressive he got. And that wasn't some isolated moment. There's also footage where it looks like Justin hits. Here he's in public with cameras rolling. If that's how he acts when people are watching, what's going on when no one's around? And then there's that Vegas clip, Justin storming ahead, animated and yelling, while Hailey trails behind him silently. Viewers called it out in Stantler flag. Some labeled it what they truly thought it was: textbook abusive behavior. Love bombing in private, breaking her down in public. And it didn't stop there. One fan even caught a moment on video where he stepped out of a car and slammed the door shut before Hailey could get out. No words, no hesitation, just cold, callous energy. What fans are seeing now doesn't look like a string of bad moods, it looks like a pattern. A pattern that feels darker and more disturbing the more you zoom in. That's when people started calling it something else entirely, a humiliation ritual. Like Justin's intentionally tearing Hailey down in front of the world, piece by piece. And what makes it even worse is, Hailey hasn't exactly been silent about her pain. She's openly shared how much this weighs on her. She's talked about how exhausting it is to constantly battle rumors. One day, they're getting divorced. The next, they're moving across the globe. Or just straight up miserable all the time. Hailey once said she thought she could train herself to stop feeling the sting, but nope, it still hurts. The pressure never stops.
Doing that, I just felt like it was disrespectful to me, to my relationship. It just was, period, the end. But I think I've endured so much disrespect, and I still do to this.
And it's not just coming from random trolls online. Even while Hailey's working hard crushing photo shoots, growing her skincare brand, she's still carrying the burden of having to constantly prove she matters for who she is, not who she married. And when Justin steps in and overshadows her biggest wins with chaos or controversy, it reinforces the worst narrative, that she's only relevant because of him. But don't get it twisted, Hailey's not sitting around taking it. She's trying to fight back, she's speaking out. She wants the world to know she's her own brand. She's got her own light, and she's tired of watching it get dimmed. As for Justin, he's admitted he's struggling with his own inner demons. He once confessed, "When people tell me I deserve success, I feel like a fraud. If they only knew my thoughts, how judgmental I am, how selfish I definitely feel unqualified most days." So while he's wrestling with all of that, Hailey's trying not to drown in the emotional ripples that follow. Justin even admitted that when he feels unworthy, he lashes out by tearing others down. So maybe, just maybe, that Vogue post wasn't really about Hailey. Maybe it was his shame rising to the surface. But still, let's be real, that's not an excuse. Intentional or not, the damage is done. Justin has created a space where Hailey's biggest milestones get twisted into moments of public embarrassment. Like when fans dragged him for that caption he didn't explain, he didn't apologize. He just quietly changed it. He replaced his weird confession with a mess of emoji shrugs, finger pointing, hearts, prayer hands, and a tear-faced smiley. It made zero sense, no clarity, no support. Just an awkward edit that said more in silence than he ever could with words. And the most painful part, Hailey just accepted it. No clapback, no statement. She stayed quiet and moved forward. But let's zoom out. This isn't just about one dumb post or a couple of fights. We're talking real career sabotage, emotional fatigue, and whispers that Hailey might actually step away from modeling altogether. That's how far this has gone. People are wondering, has she finally reached her limit? Insiders say she's been slowly backing out of the fashion world, skipping runway shows, pivoting toward her skincare line, building her empire instead. Why? Because being a model means staying visible. And right now, every time Hailey steps into the spotlight, Justin somehow dims it. That Vogue cover was supposed to flip the narrative. Instead, it might have marked her breaking point. Is she leaving modeling? No one knows for sure. But here's what's clear: Hailey has pushed through a full decade of quiet disrespect, public shaming, and emotional chaos. And yet she's still standing, still smiling, still